Well, hello, I'm Misheard with Misheard Song Lyrics Podcast. We're in Season 6, Episode 301. The Misheard Song Lyric is, bodies in the sand, drop the cocaine melting in your hand. And the correct lyrics is, bodies in the sand, tropical drink melting in your hand. Well, the 80s did see its fair share of cocaine, so this Misheard's lyric does kind of make sense. Well, we're doing, for the first, or actually second time, a Beach Boys Misheard song lyric, and it's featuring Mr. John Stamos, the actor. We'll go into that in a bit. The song is Kokomo, if you didn't figure that already with the steel drum band. It's a song by American rock band The Beach Boys from the 1988 film Cocktail, and album called Still Cruising. Well, it was written by John Phillips, name sounds familiar, Scott McKenzie, Mike Love, and Terry Melcher. The song was released as a single back in July of 1988 by Elektra Records and became a #1 hit in the U.S. and Australia. It was also the band's first original top 40 single in 20 years, and their first #1 hit in 22 years, as well as their first top 40 hit. That makes sense, yeah, because the 80s, I was that time 16. I remember I knew the Beach Boys from the 50s, 60s, but I hadn't heard anything new until this song. Okay, the lyrics describe two lovers taking a trip to a fictional place called Kokomo. Not much is known about it except that it's located off the Florida Keys and is compared to other real destinations in the Caribbean islands, including, like in the song, Aruba, Jamaica, Bahamas, Martinique, Montserrat, as well as Key Largo, Florida, and the North Atlantic island of Bermuda. Okay, so the song background. I mentioned earlier that the verse in the song came from a demo by John Phillips. Yes, Papa Phillips, formerly the Mamas and the Papas. And Scott McKenzie, I guess he's known for his 1967 song, San Francisco, Be Sure to Wear Flowers in Your Hair. And also written by Phillips as well. The Beach Boys' Mike Love added the chorus with lists the names of the islands and suggested that Phillips change the lyrics from past tense to present tense, transforming the tone of the song from melancholic to inviting. I love it. When did they record it? Well, they recorded Kokomo back on March 22nd and April 5th and 6th in 1988, produced by Terry Melcher, who also previously produced the band's Rock and Roll to the Rescue in 1986 and California Dreaming in 86. It was created through overdubbing parts onto the band's demo for the song. Why does Terry Melcher sound familiar? Well, his full name is Terry Paul Melcher. He was born on February 8th, 1942, and actually he died 11 years ago. Or actually 21 years ago, November 19, 2004. He was an American record producer, singer, and songwriter who was instrumental in shaping the mid to late 1960s California sound of folk rock music. He's best known for his contributions with producing the Byrds' first two albums, Mr. Tambourine Man's 1965 and Turn, 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 also 65, as well as most of the hit recordings of Paul Revere and the Raiders and Gentle Soul. He's also known for his collaborations with Bruce Johnson, and in a second, you'll know, because his name sounds familiar, association with the Manson family. Excuse me, with the Manson family. Ring any bells? So let's go. So another thing is, he was also the only child of actress-singer Doris Day, and his father was Day's first husband, Al Jordan, but he was adopted by her third husband, Martin Melcher, hence his name, Melcher. Most of his early recordings were the vocal surf acts, the Ripcords, and Bruce and Terry. And then in 1960, he was then acquainted with the Beach Boys and later produced several singles for the group in the 80s and the 90s, including Kokomo, which topped the U.S. charts. But I just mentioned he had some connections with the Manson family. Notoriously, he is known for having Charles Manson audition for him, but declined to sign him. Very smart on Terry Melcher's part. Also, he and then-girlfriend Candice Bergen, famous actress, lived at a house on Cielo Drive, which eventually became the killing spot. After they left, it was rented to a young filmmaker at the time, Roman Polanski, and his then-pregnant wife, Sharon Tate. And online sources share that Manson was reported to have visited the house on more than one occasion, asking for Melcher, but was told that Melcher had moved. So very interesting, the connection of not only who his mom is, Doris Day, Mr. Terry Melcher, but the Manson family and his infamous house. All right, back to the song. So, after being released as a single in 1988, the song was included on the soundtrack album from the movie Cocktail, starring a young Tom Cruise and Elizabeth Shue, as well as the 1989 Beach Boys album Still Cruisin'. It did well. Kokomo was nominated for the Grammy Award for Best Song Written specifically for a motion picture or television in 1988, but it lost. It lost to Phil Collins' Two Hearts from his film Buster. Two hearts beating just one time. That's it. And in a tie vote, Two Hearts and Carly Simon's song Let the River Run from Working Girl beat Kokomo for the Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song. So it was always up for nominations. It just couldn't win. It was always what they say, bridesmaid, not the bride. Music video. Have you seen it lately? It's like 1980s perfectly with all the bikinis and the pastels and the hair. I mean, some of these people are either me, my age, or my mom's age. I mean, great grandmas and grandmas, because I'm a grandma now. So the video for Kokomo was filmed and then recently opened at that time at the Grand Floridian Resort at Walt Disney World in Florida, with excerpts from the movie Cocktail sprinkled in the music video. And interesting thing is, although they had not played these instruments on the recording, they had Mike Love holding a saxophone, all right? Al Jardine is playing a tambourine. Carl Wilson is playing guitar, and Bruce Johnson is playing bass, with touring drummer Mike Kowalski in his usual role, and an actor and occasional Beach Boy live guest, John Stamos, you guessed it, actor of the time who played Uncle Jesse on Full House, is playing the steel drum. I thought that was always weird, like, okay, Uncle Jesse's playing the steel drum. Fun fact, a local fun fact, the Beach Boys and John Stamos, with his luxurious mullet at the time, which is back, I can't believe, came to Portland, Oregon, where I'm from. So I live in the northwestern part of the United States, for those that are listening outside of the U.S., called Portland, Oregon. They actually performed this song the summer of 1988 at our stadium. It used to be called Civic Stadium. It's now called Providence Park, where yours truly was 16. And part of all these local high school cheerleaders, they asked to come to run out of the field and sway and dance to this song. So I got to see them in person at age 16 singing Kokomo with John Stamos at the steel drums. So cheesy. For those who don't know, Providence Park, where the stadium, which used to be called Civic Stadium, is our outdoor soccer stadium that houses our MLS League, Soccer League, Portland Timbers, and our NWSL Women's Soccer League, Portland Thorns. So there you go. All right, there's a component there. In 2011, NME ranked the video as the 17th worst of all time. Yikes. It was as if they said, quote unquote, Mike Love had taken the Beach Boys name straight out of Brian Wilson's hands, and we were forced to watch footage of Tom Cruise mixing up Bloody Marys. Thanks, guys. So a lot of, a lot of love. But I have to say, when I listen to the song or it comes on, sometimes someone will sing it at karaoke once in a blue moon. It just brings me back. It brings me back from the 80s. It brings me back to pastels. Even watching the video, it's like, wow, everyone's so natural looking. No pumped up lips or boobs or butt. I mean, everyone is pretty natural, which, you don't see that anymore. And it's just a fun song. I mean, it just brings you, like, it makes me want to be somewhere tropical with a drink, with a umbrella. But it is not about drop the cocaine. It's tropical drink. If you have any great suggestions like this misheard song lyric, please send it to any of our social media sites like Instagram, Facebook, or you can go old-fashioned like the 80s. Oh, actually, back then they didn't even have email. Oh my gosh, I guess you can try to write me a letter, but that's not going to work. Send us an email at misheard, that's MISSHEARD songs @gmail.com. Till then, keep singing those songs wrong. Bye.